You think you know your limits. You felt that wall, that moment your brain screams at you to stop, to quit, to rest. But what if I told you that from a neurological standpoint, the moment you feel completely exhausted, you have only tapped into 40% of your actual capacity? We often believe that motivation is the key to success, but motivation is fleeting. Today, we are extracting the core psychological frameworks from David Goggins' book, Can't Hurt Me. Goggins didn't just transform from a depressed, overweight exterminator into a Navy SEAL and ultra-endurance athlete through raw physical strength. He did it by reverse engineering the human mind. This isn't about hype or generic self-help. This is about understanding the cognitive mechanisms that hold us back and how to systematically overwrite them in your daily life. He did it by reverse engineering the human mind. This isn't about hype or generic self-help. This is about understanding the cognitive mechanisms that hold us back and how to systematically overwrite them in your daily life. Goggins forces us to shatter our illusions. The first profound framework is the accountability mirror. Most of us are masters of cognitive dissonance. We lie to ourselves to protect our egos. We say we didn't get the promotion because the boss played favorites, or we didn't work out because we were too busy. The accountability mirror is the practice of standing in front of a mirror, looking yourself in the eye, and telling the brutal, unfiltered truth. If you are out of shape, you admit it. If you are falling behind in life because of laziness, you say it out loud. By voicing the harsh reality, you strip away the ego's defense mechanisms. It shifts your mindset from being a victim to taking radical ownership. You can't fix a problem until you precisely define it. Goggins argues that when your mind tells you you're done, you're only 40% done. Its primary job is energy conservation. It sends signals of fatigue long before your body is actually in danger. When you hit that mental wall, it is merely a neurological suggestion to stop, not a physical mandate. When you think you can't read another page, recognize that it's just the governor talking. Push past that resistance. Goggins introduces the idea of callousing the mind. Physical calluses form through repeated friction and damage to the skin, which heals back thicker and stronger. Your mind works the exact same way. Psychologists call this voluntary exposure therapy. If you deliberately subject yourself to controlled, uncomfortable situations, whether that's waking up at 5 a.m., taking a cold shower, or speaking up in a meeting when you are terrified, you build mental calluses. If you deliberately subject yourself to controlled, uncomfortable situations, like taking a cold shower, you train your amygdala, the fear center of the brain, to stop overreacting to stress. Mental toughness is transferable. The discipline you build by doing a workout you hate directly translates to the resilience you need to handle a financial crisis or a relationship struggle. Your mind works the exact same way. You train your amygdala to stop overreacting to stress. The discipline is transferable. When you are pushing past that 40% limit, you need a weapon. Goggins uses the cookie jar. The cookie jar is a mental vault of your past victories and the struggles you have survived. How do we apply this? First, tonight, use the accountability mirror. Write down your insecurity on a post-it note. Second, tomorrow, when you hit your mental wall, aim to push just 10% further. Read one more page. Third, write down 3 of the hardest things you have survived. That is your cookie jar. Keep it in your wallet. The deeper lesson is that suffering is not a punishment. It is a diagnostic tool. Your pain and failures are the coordinates pointing to where you need to grow. Comfort is the enemy of potential. Recap. Strip away your ego. Remember the 40% rule. Callous your mind. Use your past victories. Which framework surprised you the most? Let me know below. Subscribe for more deep insights. Stay wise.